Hello. Welcome to the Book Writers Club. Welcome, welcome. This is day 2 of the Memoir Challenge. Welcome back. I hope you had a great time writing your first challenge, which was on, what was it? It was on your survival story. So, day 2 is today. We're going to be talking about God's faithfulness through relationships. So, yesterday was about your survival story, and today is about relationships and how they have helped you. And first, let's do our welcome. So we write for a cause that's bigger than ourselves. We write for a mission that includes the lives of other people. And as you know, the process to do that, as we start small to grow big, we write for ourselves, doing journaling, blogging, affirmations, and then we move on to bigger things such as ebooks, novels, and nonfiction. Wherever you may be on this journey, I salute you and thank you for being here. Journey of Life Rise Revolution. If you are a writer by trade or for leisure, you are in the right place. Our goal is to write. If your goal is to write a book one day, you're in the right place. I encourage you to start small to grow big and start just where you are, wherever that may be. Start with the little things and God can bless it. It is in the little that we can be given much, 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 much more. Okay, so as you know, so yesterday you did your survival story. I hope you did a full page. I hope it's good. I hope it's great and it's enlightening. And now, today we're going to talk about relationships and how God has been faithful to you through relationships. And so today I want to talk about the story of Esther, Queen Esther in the Bible. As you may know, it's a very popular story. And it is about the story of how she, having a relationship to the king, was able to save her people, the Jewish people. She also had connection to her cousin who adopted her, Mordecai. He told her to go before the king and to put a petition and pray about it first, pray first, and to ask God to give them favor so that they can ask the king to overturn the scheme of Haman, who wanted to come against the Jewish people. And so if you read Esther chapter 6, it talks about what Esther did. Actually, first, let me see. So the king honors Mordecai because he found out that he did something that was helpful to him. But then Queen Esther realized she had to petition the king. And so she does that in chapter 7. It says, so the king and Haman went to Queen Esther's banquet, and as they were drinking wine on the second day, the king again asked Queen Esther, what is your petition? It will be given you. What is your request? Even up to half the kingdom, it will be granted. Then Queen Esther answered, if I have found favor with you, your majesty, and if it pleases you, grant me my life. This is my position. And spare my people. This is my request. For I and my people have been sold to be destroyed, killed, and annihilated. If we had merely been sold as male and female slaves, I would have kept quiet because no such distress would justify disturbing the king. King Xerxes asked Queen Esther, who is he? Where is he, the man who has dared to do such a thing? Esther said, an adversary, an enemy, this vile man Haman. Then Haman was terrified before the king and queen. The king got up in a rage, left his wine, and went out into the palace garden. But Haman, realizing that the king had already decided his fate, stayed behind to beg Queen Esther for his life. Just as the king returned from the palace garden to the banquet hall, Haman was falling on the couch where Esther was reclining. The king exclaimed, will he even molest the queen while she is with me in the house? As soon as the word left the king's mouth, he covered Haman's face. Then Harbona, they covered Haman's face. Then Harbona, one of the eunuchs attending the king, said, a pole reaching to a height of 50 cubits stands by Haman's house. He had it set up for Mordecai, who spoke up to help the king. The king said, impale him on it. So they impaled Haman on the pole. He had set up for Mordecai. Then the king's fury subsided. All right, so that's just a story to tell you what happened. So now you see what can happen when we have relationships with the right people. So what relationships with the right people have you had that helped you in your life to be able to help you and help you grow as a person, help you become a better person? What relationships have helped you to become better? So think back on that reflection, do some reflection, do some brainstorming on who are the key players in your life that have helped you become a better person. So we know Mordecai helped Esther to go before the king and request that Haman be killed. So who has helped you? Who has made you aware of a problem? So in the book of Esther, Mordecai made her aware of the problem that Haman was planning to kill all the Jewish people. And so she had to petition the king to stop this decree. So who has made you aware of a problem? And who has helped you to change? Who did you have to become to change? What relationships supported your growth? And who were the key players in your life to support your growth? So think about those things and write a full page on it. That is your challenge for day 2. I hope this is helpful. I hope you get a lot from it. And if you want to read the book of Esther, it's always a great way to see what lessons you can learn from the book of Esther. And there's also this really cool article, and some of the things they say that you can learn from the book of Esther is that God is always working behind the scenes, and God is working behind the scenes through people. And so that's why I'm saying for today to think about relationships and how God used relationships in your life to help you. Because even though God is not really spoken in the book of Esther, he is there through the circumstances to help the Jewish people. So think about that for today. Today is all about relationships and how relationships help us to grow and become better people. So that's all for today. I hope that's helpful, and I will talk to you on another video for day 3 of this memoir challenge.